everyone, and welcome back to Can You Survive Hunter's Moon? Here is Alan, your host, and me, Alicia, your live streamer. I'm sure you're super excited to see our faces, but I'm sure you're even more excited to see the faces of some players that have been sent to the hunting grounds and have been lying in wait for their chance to return to the game. So let's go ahead and take a look and say hello to our hunting ground dwellers. We have Amanda, Brad, Fern, Razor, Andres, Brian, Alex, and Joel.
To say I'm excited about this would be an absolute understatement. You have 2 minutes to chat right now, and you're voting one person out. Start now. No whispering to each other. This is a roundtable discussion. Start now.
Okay.
Amanda, do you want to go back into the game?
Ooh. Shit. What?
Well, I know you said you didn't want to play specifically the strategy side. Do you want to go back into this game?
I think we should choose whoever has the most likely chance of winning. And I don't know who that is, but we should probably discuss that right now.
Oh my god.
So I
genuinely
feel like
we have to write this down.
A minute and a half.
Yeah, we're just standing it out.
Minute and a half.
So we're voting who leaves or who goes?
You vote one person out, and they are eliminated from the game.
One person out?
They are eliminated from the game. You vote one person out. Same rules as tribal. With no shot at returning, you are officially eliminated. You have 1 minute left.
Amanda, do you want to keep playing this game? If you
And then everybody else is to stay.
Yeah.
At least so far as we know.
And then they get
you
to
don't
go.
have to say no to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you can
obviously,
say
if you
yes.
want to,
If you
I
want
just
to
want to
play,
know.
you can play.
I just.
Holy shit.
45 seconds.
That's like.
Okay, we can change.
let's
No,
stop,
yeah,
let's
it's
stop.
Who just has the least likelihood of getting? Because I do want any of us to get in to actually succeed.
Here's the thing. I'm just gonna vote for someone because I don't think talking
30
is really
seconds.
gonna get us anywhere.
Okay. Well, all I'm going to say is, I'm here to compete. I would like to have the opportunity to do so.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I think we all do.
I think we physically wanted the chance to compete. For
15
this.
seconds.
And then
Physically
any vote
wanted
is
the
no
chance to
hard
play.
feelings. Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I
go with your
genuinely
gut.
want to go back. So
10,
Okay.
9, write a name. 8, 7, 6. This will be open. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal your vote. We have Amanda, Andres,
Oh, we love you, Amanda.
and Amanda.
I knew it.
Amanda, with enough, you are eliminated from the game.
I love you.
Thank you so much for playing.
We love you, Amanda.
I love you, Amanda.
But I wanted you to compete again. I know.
Hunting ground.
You guys-
Hunting ground. You have 2 minutes to vote another person out. Amanda, you're not voting.
I'm gonna go over there.
2 minutes to vote one more person out. No whispering to anybody. This is an open roundtable discussion.
Okay. All right.
Does anybody else
Who
want
feels
to?
like they have good alliances on the other side?
I genuinely do.
Okay.
And I genuinely feel like I could actually wreak havoc in this game because the people that voted me out, they were like, if you come back, we're still with you. And the 3 green are also saying that they're with me.
Okay.
And I really do feel like I can make us proud.
Minute 30.
I truly want
I
a
also-
second chance, and I don't know why, Brad, why you voted for me when I think.
I know.
Okay,
Amanda, it sounded like she wanted back in, so I didn't want to put her name down. And so.
but why
Yeah.
me though?
I will say I have good
I know- I'm
relationships
sorry.
with Culp, Bergen, Tyler, and I'm ready to compete.
1 minute.
We've been waiting.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, I'm the same. I think
Hours
we all
and
can make the
hours
same
and
pitch,
I
though.
want to play
I-
so bad.
Yeah.
I know.
I think.
I get it. We all have a great case. I really think I could go up and shake this up. Like you guys, I've heard everything everyone's had to say, and I'm ready to apply it to my gameplay and go in
Same.
guns blazing.
30
This
seconds.
is rough.
Anyone else?
Amanda,
How they feel?
I mean, I think I would
Really?
crush it. I think
Stop.
I'm really good in challenges and I'm really good at endurance, and I haven't really been able to show that. I'm really good at pushing through physical pain. I know that I would do a good job with the immunity challenges, and
yeah.
I think I could get
10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Brian, Brad, Fern, Brad, Brian, Brad. that is enough. I'm sorry. You are eliminated from the game.
All right, Brad.
All right. Stir in the pot. Here we go.
Hunting grounds.
Oh, wait,
Sorry, dude. We're just in the game right now. Okay.
You have 2 minutes to have a discussion, and then you will vote again.
Okay, I know my name is out there. Like, please, I really want an opportunity. I think it's gonna go down to 3, and we're gonna go do that challenge over there. Like, I just want a chance to like try. Like, I've stayed out here. Like, I didn't know anyone. I've never gotten to do this before. I know people like think of me as a villain. I know people like are being like very like mean to me in the game, and I want to go prove that that's not me. Like, I'm not that kind of player. Like, yeah, I have this affectation, but like, I really like. I just want to have fun, and this is my chance to do that. So like, that's my case, and please take the floor.
Yeah. I can vouch for that because I know that like a lot of people have like talked mess about like the way you are, but that's just like you're just being sarcastic and funny, and I think they didn't get a chance.
1 minute.
So
Again, I'm not ready to leave. I came all the way from Minneapolis, took a 2-hour bus ride, a 2-hour ride over here. I want to compete again. I know that I have it in me to go back in there and make it all the way to the final tribal council. So please just give me that opportunity.
Give me a chance.
I genuinely feel like there's people who
30 seconds.
are going to succeed better, and it's not. That's why. It's the only reason why I'm not saying you're a bad person whatsoever.
Yeah.
but
I'm
people
gonna
have biases.
vote for Fern. Like, no shade. That's just where I'm voting, so people know if you want to keep me here. That's
Please
where
don't
my
vote
vote
for
is
me.
going.
I'm gonna crush these immunity challenges, and I'm really good at like just like getting to know people. And like, I was a little bit messy, but I've learned from that, and I really think I can apply it. And I'm really good at immunity challenges.
10.
I've got a good chance
9.
of winning.
8, 7,
This is
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal.
I'm sorry.
Brian, Fern, Brian, Fern. Fern, I'm sorry that
That's
isn't enough.
okay.
You are officially eliminated
I'm
from the
gonna
game.
go eat a huge whoopie pie. It's just that I would have beat you in the challenge, and you didn't want to go against me.
Yeah, that's what it was. I have rope in my bag if you need it.
Oh, thank you. Where do I go?
Hunting party. Hunting grounds. You have 2 minutes, and you will vote again.
Anybody, anything else? I mean, Alex has voted for me.
I know.
I don't want to vote for
I
you.
know.
This is twice now. So like, I don't want to. Like, I've been with you guys the whole time. Like, we know this. So I'm voting Alex. I think I'm have the closest loyalty to you.
I'm voting Brian solely, and this is nothing against you. I just solely, from listening to everyone, I think it's not a waste, but it's a missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Only because I do truly think everyone on that cast is not going to get you given the chance, no matter how you play it. And it's not because of you. It's because of
1 minute.
perception and what they want to do.
Well,
So
give me
I'd
an
rather
opportunity to prove myself.
I want to, but what I'm saying is, if we're trying to figure out who out of all of us is the best representation of Hunter's Ground, I don't necessarily think it's you, and I want
Okay,
to.
well,
have
I've been
that.
on Hunter's Ground.
I know,
lived
I know,
Hunter's Ground.
I know.
Just got here.
I
30
understand.
seconds.
I understand.
So, I think I represent part of this season.
You do.
And
you fucking do. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not saying it as you, like as a person. I'm saying you as the perception from those people over there.
Well, I'd love to prove them wrong and get my
I love that
opportunity
too.
to.
I love that too. But I will
10.
be voting.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Brian, Alex, it is enough. I'm so sorry. You are eliminated from the game.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Hunting grounds. You have 2 minutes for a roundtable discussion, and you will vote again. Start now.
I told you two at the last tribal that I wanted to see you two if it wasn't me up there. So I'm voting Andres purely for that reason. That is what it is. I'm putting my cards up there. I told you guys both that, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay, well, the reason I'm here is because I trusted you and I wanted to work with you, and you really like burn my game to the ground, and you wanna take this opportunity from me again. That's shady, and that's why that's the reason why some people over there don't like you.
1 minute.
And I would like, again, to the two of you, we have gotten along pretty well, and I would like the chance to compete again. So please give me that opportunity.
I think it's a shit sandwich, and we're all in the middle here, so it's gotta be word.
30 seconds.
The reason I was voted out is because I lined up with him, and the reason he got voted out is because my tribe didn't really like him. And him taking the role from the tribe didn't leave a good taste
10,
in some people's mouths.
9,
Heard his opinions
8,
this whole time.
7,
I think he's just
6,
rambling. I understand.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Andres. Brian. Andres. Andres. Andres, that is enough. You are eliminated from the game. Hunting grounds. Make your way to the challenge field.
Go kill it.
Good luck, guys. I love you guys.
Good luck, guys.
So
Can we
much.
give them hugs? Good luck, guys.
All right, hunting grounds now taking a moment to get their last hugs in. A few goodbyes here before they head on over to the challenge field. We are staying on the live stream and we'll follow along. Casey wants to know, I just got here. What's happening? So for those of you just tuning in, we did just watch the hunting grounds, kind of a Traitors style vote there if you're familiar with the Traitors TV show. So I guess we're now hitting 3 reality shows in one this season: Survivor, Amazing Race, and Traitors. The
Going to the challenge field.
players had to players at the hunting grounds had to
Fraser,
vote for each other
Brian,
one at a time to be eliminated
and
with
Joel.
no shot back in this game. And we went round by round by round until we were left with 3 players. So we have Brian, Joel, and Fraser. Everyone's still reeling from that. They did not know what it would be. They did not find out until we told them live on stream. You saw their big reactions to start. You saw things get heated around the fire. And looks like the competition might be heating up here too.
Fraser, you made it through the first gauntlet of the hunting grounds. I know that was not fun. That was very, very stressful. And now comes to the part where you need to really perform. Because the winner of this challenge will be back in the game and join the merged tribe. Here's how the challenge works. On my go, you will grab a block, place it on the white part of this board, this toppling board. Sit it on there, come back. Oh, don't knock it over. Yep. And your goal is to stack all 6 of your blocks, one at a time, and make it back and tap your table. First one to tap their table with all 6 blocks stacked on top of each other wins and earns their spot back in this game.
So it's a tower?
Tower, straight tower up.
No letters.
No letters. This is a strict tower.
Where we're at on the platform.
If you want to come take a look at what the platform looks like, you'll hold the rope. You'll see this white mark here. All blocks, the blocks need to be in the white mark. Nothing else. Up. Nope. Straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We're getting
All right.
If at any point a block
All right, we're just going to reset this middle one as we saw that it took a little tumble. We leveled them earlier. We're going to level it again and weigh it down to make it super fair for all 3 competitors. For those of you just joining us, we are moments away from the Battle Back Challenge. Our last 3 remaining hunting grounds players, Joel, Fraser, and Brian, who are still downloading and reeling after that super surprise vote out after vote out after vote out, where one by one a hunting grounds hopeful was eliminated from the game permanently. And now these 3 will be competing for a chance to get back in the game. I know all of them want it. They were all impassioned over there around the campfire. So this is going to be a competition for the ages.
We have these lights that are shining on this.
Over here on the yellow block / rope / table, because we love color coordination here at Can You Survive, is Fraser.
Okay.
And here we have Joelle on green.
We're going to be starting with our ropes down.
And Brian on blue.
Brandon? We're all good?
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, let's.
Hunting grounds. This is your last opportunity to get back into this game and to claim your spot as the sole survivor of Hunter's Moon. Don't take any of this for granted. Survivors ready? Go!
All right. We've got Brian out to a quick lead. Fraser almost tripping but recovers. Everyone's placing their first block here.
This is going to be a learning curve of a challenge.
So
Looks like Joelle's table is wobbling. Brian keeping his table nice and steady. Fraser doing the same. Joelle has his second block heading back to his tower.
all right, for those of you Survivor fans out there, you know that this is a classic Survivor challenge.
Brian making his way back with
really
his second
difficult.
block. Fraser's got his
Players
second block.
have to keep
Joelle
this
places his
wobbly
second block on the board.
platform steady by using a rope.
Fraser
They
places
then
his
have
second
to
block
hold
on the
that
board.
rope
Brian
and
right
maneuver
there
up
places
and
his
back
second block on
towards
the
a
board.
table
This is
where they will
anybody's
keep
challenge.
gathering blocks and
Anything
keep
can
stacking them.
Joelle
Players have
almost
to
back to the table to get his third block.
stack their blocks here on this little white stripe area, and it will have to be a tower that is 6 blocks tall.
Fraser
Players will have to bring blocks one at a time from the table to their wobbly platform. Fraser's. Joelle placing his third block there. That was a fun little trick. I've never seen that. Joelle now has 3 blocks to Brian's 2 and Fraser's 1. Players have to go back and forth from the table to the wobbly platform. We'll have to place all 6 blocks in a tower and then make it all the way back to the table and touch it in order to win.
Joelle has his 4th block in his hand. He is on his way back. Brian's strategy has been slow and steady this whole time. Almost back to his table with his 4th block. Fraser places his 2nd block. Joelle is back with his 4th, using that same strategy of licking the bottom of the square to see if it'll stick a little bit more. Brian coming back with his 4th block. Joelle's table. Nice and steady. Fraser's table bouncing a little bit. Brian coming back with his 4th block. That block is on. He is heading back for his 5th. We have Joelle and Brian on their way back with their 5th for their 5th blocks. Fraser placing his 3rd.
Fraser now in on the licking action as well, because why not?
Brian's strategy has not changed this whole challenge.
Joelle and Brian both have
his
4.
5th piece from his table, heading back now. His table wobbling. His blocks were nearly tipped over. Joelle heading back with his 5th block. Brian has his 5th block in his hand. Fraser drops again. Needs to reset.
He is running to gather those blocks and head back to this challenge.
Joelle licking his 5th block.
But as we know here on Survivor, a challenge is not over till it is over. And with this wobbly platform, nothing is guaranteed until you touch that table after your sixth block is placed.
Will it pay off? Joel heading back for his sixth and final block.
Brian and Joel have both placed their fifth block and are making their way back
Brian,
quite
slow and
slowly.
steady. Joel tips and needs to restart all of his blocks, opening the door for Brian. He starting to move slower now, knowing he has plenty of time to go back and get his sixth and final block. Fraser with 2. Joel restarting, places his first. This is still anybody's game. Anything can happen.
Santiago says, my heart can't take this. I cannot imagine what these players are feeling if your heart back home is beating really fast here.
Love you, Santi.
Brian almost back to his table.
Katie says, the anxiety. I agree. I'm stressed and I'm not even competing. I'm just watching other people compete. All right, Fraser has now placed his third block. Joel has his second. And Brian with 5 heading their way back towards their table to get their sixth.
Brian.
And Fraser
falls. Brian grabs his sixth block and is heading back. He needs to place it, go back, and tap the table to win. Brian moving slower than ever. Joel trying to pick up the pace a little bit and catch up. Heading back for his fourth block. Fraser trying to close the gap. Joel drops again. Fraser grabbing his second block. Brian heading to a table with his sixth. Slow and steady, inch by inch. Fraser places his second block. Brian about 3/4 of the way. Fraser heading back for his third. Joel
moving quickly now to place his second block.
Brian just a few feet away from placing his final piece. And all he needs to do is make it back and tap the table. Joel, Fraser with 2 blocks each.
Wind is picking up now.
At the same time, Brian places his sixth block on his table and is starting to inch his way back to the finish. Fraser, Joel placing their third, hoping they can take back a lead. Brian's tower tips, opening the door for both Joel and Fraser, who have 3 each.
Take it slow.
All right.
Joel going back for his fourth.
Fraser
going back for his fourth.
his way back to the table, but drops, which means Joel is the only person who has a block stack.
Joel, don't forget to breathe.
As we said, this challenge is never over until it is over. Anything can happen.
The eliminated players cheering these guys on.
Fraser with 1 block and heading back. Joel about to place his 4th block. Brian with their second.
Joel places his 4th. Brian with his second. Fraser has his second under his chin. Joel drops. Needs to restart. Fraser heading back with his second. Brian now in the lead.
Joel running back for this last block over here. And we are back to almost the beginning of this challenge. Fraser with 2, Joel with 1, and Brian with 2.
Joel almost back to the table for his second block. Joel heading back to his pendulum further with his second block. Brian coming back with his third. Fraser reaching for his third. Joel going back for his third.
Fraser, Brian, and Joel all coping a little differently just now. Fraser making a joke, Brian making a song request, and Joel reminding himself to breathe. Stakes are super high. All these players are hungry for the win to get back in the game.
Slow and steady. I hear she went for race. Fraser's
3 blocks drop.
Joel making his way with his third block, trying to close the gap on Brian, who now has a lead and is almost back with his table to grab the fourth block.
Fraser allowing this table to dip a lot more right now because there's only 1 block on it. This is the easiest it will be unless there are no blocks stacked. Meanwhile, Brian heading over to their stack to place their fourth block. Joel heading back to grab his fourth block.
Use all their energy on their hands. Brian
and Fraser just places his number 2.
Fraser places his second. Joel coming back with his fourth. Joel drops again, opening up the door for Fraser.
Joel doing a little stretch break before getting back into it. Coming to grab this other block.
Brian almost back to the table to grab his fifth block. Fraser rearranging his blocks. Brian with his fifth block under his chin, heading back to place it.
For those just joining us, we are in the middle of a battle back competition between the final 3 remaining Hunting Grounds players. We have Brian with the blue stack of 4 blocks, Joel with the green stack of 2 blocks, and Fraser with the yellow stack of 3 blocks. They will have to stack 6 blocks before making their way back to that table and touching in order to secure victory and a spot back in this game.
Brian halfway back with his fifth block, using that slow and steady method that seemed to work the first time. Joel coming back with his third. Fraser coming back with his fourth. Fraser drops.
Brian with 5 and Joel with 3. We've been here before. Ooh.
The coyote.
I just heard a howl. I don't know if it was one of us or a wild animal. How appropriate. All right, we've got
Brian
Fraser with 1 block so far, Joel with 3, and Brian with 5.
Fraser coming back with his second, Joel with his fourth in his hand.
Players having to make their way up and back with this rope from this table back here that is holding all of their blocks. Gotta grab these blocks one by one and make their way to their wobbly platform. The only way they're able to keep their wobbly platform aloft is with this rope that they are hanging onto as they make their way from the table to the wobbly platform and back. This challenge is unpredictable. Things can get really wobbly at last second, so it's a super hard challenge and one of a favorite Survivor classics of a lot of fans out there.
Peace. Fraser coming back with his third.
Joel requesting to go back to Tangram.
The Roberts is on the bottom.
We can always sing the main county song. Is that a stacking song?
Some references to the Amazing Race.
All right. Brian now with their sixth block tucked under their neck, chin area.
Sixth and final block. Can he keep his table steady? Fraser going back.
Brian, inch by inch by inch, making their way back to their wobbly platform with their sixth block. Joel now placing his third. And Fraser already has three, reaching for his fourth block. Also tucking it under his chin as he makes his way back to that table. All these players looking super determined, super focused.
His table is steady. Fraser with the fourth block under his chin. Just a quarter of the way to go. Fraser places his fourth piece, making some minor adjustments to his stack, and heads back to his table. Joel coming back with his fourth block. Brian still inching towards his stack with his sixth block under his chin. Fraser heading back to get his fifth block.
Joel now placing his fourth block. Fraser with his fourth block as well.
Brian, little less than halfway to his stack.
And Joel's blocks drop.
Needs to reset. Fraser, just a few feet from his table. And Brian, just a few feet from his stack.
All right, Joel making his way back with his second block. Fraser with his fifth, and Brian with their sixth.
Fraser with his fifth. Brian placing his sixth block.
Can I rearrange? Can I flip it?
Yes. Brian has placed his sixth and final block. All he needs to do now is make it back to his table and touch it. You wouldn't know he was moving, but if you looked closer, Brian is moving back to his table.
All right, Brian has now placed their sixth block, inching back moment by moment. Joel with three and Fraser with two. This is currently Brian's challenge to lose.
Back to get his fourth. All three of these players know that anything can happen.
Let's go, guys. Come on, keep going.
Fraser giving all the competitors some added energy. Brian is literally millimeters by millimeters in his way he's moving. Joel coming back with his fourth. Fraser going back with his fourth.
Joel placing his fourth block. Fraser with 3 and Brian with 6, and that tower is holding steady so far.
Brian has about 3/4 of the way to go.
Joel
Fraser
giving
grabbing
himself
his
affirmations. We love to hear
Joel
it.
placed his fourth block. Brian is inching. Fraser places his fourth block, rearranging, and will be heading back to grab his fifth.
Ryan, can I get your rope? Little rope, bud?
Joel coming back with his fifth block. Brian inching back towards his table. Just needs to touch it to return to the game.
Joel with his 5th block.
Joel
And
drops, needs to restart, opening the door for Fraser, who's heading back for his 5th block.
Brian slowly and steadily staring down that stack of blocks, willing them to stay put and not move as they make their way back to the table.
Brian has been laser focused on his stack this entire challenge. Fraser with his 5th block under his chin, making his way back to his stack. That table is moving. Joel places his 2nd block. Brian, a little more than halfway to his table.
You got it, David.
Brian almost back, inching ever closer. Fraser placing his 5th block, going back for his 6th, hoping for an opportunity.
Fraser shouting out encouragement to his fellow competitors.
Fraser inching his way back. Brian still slow and steady. Joel drops again.
Joel saying this is harder than it looks. I am sure that is true, but I can assure you it looks really hard, and our viewers back home agree.
Brian, 1/4.
And just like that, Fraser falls. Brian still with a stack of 6.
Has to go back and restart. Brian with 6. Joel with 1. Fraser with 1.
Oh, Fraser doesn't have any yet. Okay, now he has 1.
Joel auditioning to be our host by saying, no, Fraser has 0 with this challenge update.
Brian, 1/5 of the way to go, and he will be returning to this game. The wind picking up. Brian 5 feet away from his table.
Fraser's making plans for what they might eat after this if they do not get to continue on in this game.
All he has to do is touch it. That is a long 4 feet. Joel, Fraser with their third. Joel on his way to place his fourth. Brian ever closer to his table.
And Joel drops again. Fraser now with 3. Brian with a stack of 6. Inching closer and closer, and Fraser drops.
Brian inching closer to his table. Knows he has all the time he needs to maneuver this last 2 feet to his table. Brian, 1 foot away. All he has to do is touch that table.
No one giving up in this challenge. Joel and Fraser still block stacking.
Brian needs to touch the table with his hand. He is directly next to his table. Just needs to put a hand on it to win. Joel drops. Game. Brian wins. He is back in the game.
Well done.
Big emotion here from Brian. Congratulations. Taylor asking if he walking back to camp was sent.
I almost said it. I was so close to joking.
Brian.
Go get it, buddy.
Girls. We'd love to
My
see the
friends better
sport.
still be watching. You're better be out there.
My back.
Let's go. Go.
Joel, Fraser, you guys gave it your all up there. I'm so sorry, but this is the end of your time here in Survivor Hunter's Moon. Thank you so much for playing. You are officially eliminated from the game.
All right.
Boy, you suck. He has to audition. That was that.
Brian, the champion of the hunting grounds.
Seems correct.
Yes.
Not only have you spent the most time at the hunting grounds, but now you are back in the game. And you are not only back in the game, but you are merged with the new Bigelow tribe.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, you do not receive a feast, but
There. I'm skinny.
your merged tribe, are they behind the barn?
Yep.
You can go to see your new merged tribe behind the barn.
And we will
Congratulations.
follow along on the live
Bye,
stream.
guys. I love you.
Brian saying their last goodbyes to their hunting grounds friends before heading on over to the merge tribe. All right, and here we head.
Bigelow, I want you to meet your new tribe member, Brian. Brian survived the gauntlet
Hugs all around. Congratulations.
and is now back with you, the merged tribe.
Hugs all around. Congratulations to Brian. What a
everyone.
challenge. All right.
What? The first part was way harder. It was we were all around a circle, the 8 of us, and it was like voting out every 2 minutes. Like we all had a thing, and at 2 minutes we all had to flip and like show who we were voting for, and we could talk. It was actually a nightmare. Like people were getting dirty, but like everyone as soon as they got out, were like, but it was like so intense, like lots of laughs. And then the last thing was like the stacking of blocks.
Once you got to 3.
What? Oh yeah, once we got down to 3. Yeah, exactly. It was me, Joel, and Fraser. And like we went into this before the flipping, like we for the last rival, we were like, if it's not me, like I hope it's like the 2 of you. Yeah. And so like that was like really helpful in the first part. Like it was so hard. Well, I said to them when it was the 4 of us, it was me, Andres,
All right.
Joel, and Fraser.
So we're gonna.
It was like Andres and I knew we were on the bottom. Like literally like.
All right, friends, we are going to head away from the merged tribe now and come back on around to the front of the barn. Congratulations again to Brian for making their way back into this game. I'll answer a couple of your questions that I just saw before we end the stream. Merged tribe heading back to merge camp now as a fully formed brand new merged tribe of 11 players, I believe. Let's see. Okay, all right. I think, okay, sorry. Y'all are chit-chatting in here and I'm scrolling up. This is amazing. All right, congratulations. That was crazy. And thankfully, we have now reached the conclusion of day 3 of Can You Survive Hunter's Moon. We're gonna let the merged tribe head back to camp, settle in for the night, get to celebrate together. Oh, the one question that I remember now. Heather wanted to know, wait, why doesn't Brian get to be fed? Because Brian was voted out of the game and is now getting to go back in. They did join the merge tribe, but technically they did not like make merge while still in the game. So only the players that like made the merge get the merge feast, and he is now joining the merge tribe. So that was, the distinction. And listen, you get voted out and you get to go back in the game, which is a reward in and of itself. And I think Brian really appreciate that. I'm super excited. Brian out. Oh, one last thing. So Brian, if you caught it right after they found out that they won, Brian shouted out one of his friends and said, "Roy, now you have to apply." Brian actually made a bet with one of his friends and said, "If I make merge in this game, you have to apply for Can You Survive next season." So he's making sure. First order of business apparently was making sure that his friend kept his word. So yeah. So Roy, I mean, I didn't make the rules, Brian does. So yeah. All right, friends, thank you so much for an incredible day 3. Y'all are fabulous viewers. We're gonna sign off here, and in the background, our lovely Hunting Grounds players are now getting to just play and try this challenge. When you get voted out, here you get to stick around all week long and practice the challenges and have a good time. So, yeah. All right, we will see you in the morning. I'm gonna give up on attempting to estimate what time we're starting, but I will post it on the Facebook page as soon as I know, so that y'all can keep it locked here for day 4. And y'all, I mean, that might have been one of the craziest pre-merge phases of this game that I've ever seen. I cannot wait to see what the merge is going to bring when the game actually starts getting played. So we will see you here tomorrow for day 4. Cannot wait.